Thank you and welcome into this video. I would like to take you through the amendment of tax return, that is the original tax return for all the TSC employee. I have received these queries from a lot of teachers or the people who are filing for TSC return after doing the wrong filing of the original returns, either by using the tax bot in WhatsApp, also for teachers who had withholding tax, which was subject to the KNEC examiners who received some income from KNEC, which was extra income rather than the normal employment income, which they needed to declare since the withholding tax which was deducted was not final tax. You needed to declare the other tax when doing your filing. So let us get started. So what you need to do in order to amend your tax is more or less the same as the other people, P9 form, are the other employees in the private sector or other institutions. So it is more or less the same. So what you need to do basically, you need to get into the iTax portal and you need to enter your password. So I enter my password here. Then what I need to do, I just need to come here, enter my KRA PIN and password again, and then I need to come here and do a simple mathematical computation, which is 86 plus 8, which is technically 94. Then I'll log in to the iTax portal. When I log into the iTax portal, I come to where we have returns, and I'll come here and choose file returns so that I can download these sheets. Then I'll come here and select income tax resident, and then I'll click next. When I click next, I'll be taken into these. I've been told that this tax has already been filed. I'll say yes, but you can notice now in my scenario here, there has been a significant change since instead of having original tax return, here is now amended. So what I will do, because I will not repeat again, and I will make my work simple, I will download the auto-populated form. But let me enter the return period. So the return period is dating back from January 2025 to 31st December 2025. Then I'll hit download, then I'll click OK. So the form will be downloaded. This is the auto-populated form from the iTax portal. So I'll get it here. So I can get it from my File Explorer here. So when I come to the download, this form is here. So what I'm supposed to do basically, I'll click above that form. So that form is here. So this form is a zip file. So before you open this sheet, to avoid a lot of problem, as I say, you need to click above it, come to where we have properties, come to where we have unblock, apply, and then click OK. After doing that, you need to click the form again and choose to extract all the details in the form. So just hit extract. So I have extracted all the necessary details. So to open this sheet, I usually recommend we use the normal Microsoft Office Excel, which is here. So I'll not do it now because my computer is a bit sluggish as per now because of a lot of data which is contained and my space is running off. So you get this form. So when you get this form, here you need to change it into amended and show it appear amended. Then you need to enter the date which you need to file return. So when it comes to the scenario of the TSC employees who are KNEC examiners, you need to say you did have other incomes. So by selecting yes. So after selecting yes, there are some additional sheets which will be added here. You need to input the amount which you acquired from KNEC, the income which was paid from KNEC. So that is the gross turnover of professional consultancy fee. So you can come here and enter it as others. Maybe it was amount of 30,000 maybe. And then because you will not be able to pass any expense regardless, not unless you pass that expense using eTIMS compliant invoice. Maybe you fueled your vehicle and you have a receipt. But in case you have those receipts, you can upload them manually to the KRA server and then declare the manual non-eTIMS invoices in the section which I will show you. But as per now, nothing you'll be able to do. So after that, avoid a lot of problem. You come here and fill all your expenses. So you can come here where we have other asset, because asset must equal to liabilities. you come to where we have other asset, you can put value 1, so that you can, because I know it's difficult for a lot of people to estimate their assets and equities, so that's why I recommend, just to avoid a lot of complication, come to where we have other loans, put value 1 if you are not clear about them. So from there, you are done now to declare the income which you acquired from NEC, which was withheld. So this means if you receive this income from NEC and there was a withholding tax of 5%, the 5% was withheld, we will continue, and then we'll show you where you come and offer withholding tax credit. This is credit of the 5% which was retained, which was submitted to the KRA by NEC. So then you come and input your gross salary income, which amount to this amount. So you need to confirm if it is the same with the one in the P9 form. Then because you are doing the amendment, you need to amend the necessary section. So you also need to come to where we have sheet M. You can check other incomes in case you had a lump sum, a gratuity, pension, arrears. In case you had arrears from TSC, you can come here and put the arrears and the tax which were deducted for arrears. In case you have qualifying interest from a SACCO or a bank, or qualifying dividends also, and other incomes, you can declare them here. So to the M sheet, you need to come here and do the necessary adjustment if required. As you can see in this scenario, my taxable pay is this amount, my taxable salary. When I get back to the P9 form here, where I have from TSC, the taxable pay, which is the taxable salary, is this amount. So in according to this P9 form, which originates from TSC, in most scenarios, the taxable pay, they try to put the taxable pay and the gross pay the same, but in most cases, people separate the chargeable pay and the gross pay. So this you need to calculate it. So they have calculated for you as this amount, and they have given you the taxable pay on taxable salary as this amount. But the difference between this amount and this amount should give you a net of this amount. So to get the amount of taxable pay on taxable salary, as I explained in the previous video, but let me explain for people who not watch it. To get this amount, you usually take the MPR, which is the monthly personal relief, which is now annual. You add it to the amount of tax which was deducted, which is pay. And the difference between those figures should give you an amount of tax refund of that amount. So from that point of view, we shall continue and show you something else which we need to adjust. So let me come to where we have the tax computation. So when I come to this section, so you remember where you entered your withholding, your withholding tax or income which was outside your professional income which originated from NEC. So you need to adjust now that income using manual and e-teams or teams expenses. So these are the expenses which you could have incurred but were not e-team compliant. So you just need to have all received. Maybe you bought water from supermarket, you upload them into the KRA server, and then you can be able to adjust that expense here. So that is the trajectory which you'll be following. But many people were got offset by KRA, and they'll get themselves paying a very high tax liability because they will not be able to adjust their expenses from the income which they incurred. So in the last section, that is where now we come to. That is where now we come into this section where you need to ensure that the affordable housing levy is correct and the social health insurance fund is correct. So all of these, as you know, the affordable housing levy, it is technically, we said it is 1.5 of your gross income, and the chief amount is 0.0275 of your gross income. So after through with amendment, I will move this section because in my case I didn't have those section. I didn't receive any income from TSC, which was for NEC examiners. So it will force me to go back and do the adjustment. I did just that adjustment because I noticed a lot of teachers got into troubles with this. So I'll just remove that amount, and in the balance sheet I can remove those amounts which I had already inserted because they are irrelevant for this person. He was not eligible for that. Then I'll come back to the basic information and I will switch off these sheets now because they are not of any need. So, and after doing that, after crossing those sheets, now let me give them time to cross. Okay, so I can come to the tax computation and ensure everything have adjusted correctly. So this is the tax which I want to offer, which I was amending for my client here, who is my friend also. That's why I'm using his details to do my video. So from there, this is the P9 form which he gave me from TSC, and that is how we do amendment. So amendment is technically more like the same to the original tax return, but you should know amendment is restricted one. So ensure when you amend, you are amending the right thing, since you are only allowed to ensure to offer an amendment once in a certain tax period. More than that, you need to go to KRA or do some internal management of your arrears, which is a complex method, since you need some tax compliance document and so on and so forth, which, as you know, we live in Kenya, is a very complex procedure. So I'll just validate my sheets so that I can upload them in KRA and ensure my friend is served well. So let me continue and upload those sheets. So as these sheets are uploading, I would like to make you aware of this new tax regulation, because it will make a lot of people head on earth when they try to deduct expenses from the income which they generated, more so for people in service industry and in consulting business, because we get ourselves in troubles with the expenses which we incur in the day-to-day operation of our businesses, because we don't deal with stock items. So adjustment is not that easy. So when offering consulting services, it will force us to be doing reverse invoicing, where we'll be forcing the seller to be invoiced on our behalf, and doing that is the only method which we use. So these sheets has been generated. So what you need to be curious about is where these sheets are uploaded, because you can do a lot of work and upload wrong sheet, and you are doing this amendment which will not be able to do it again, and it is a complex method. So today you must realize the today's date, the time, and the document, and where it has been saved. It has been saved as a document. I will say okay. So I'll get back to the KRA servers and do the necessary. I will come here. I will come to where we have returns, then come here where we have file amended returns. Then I'll come here. I will choose income tax resident. Then I'll click next. After clicking next, I will come here. I will choose the tax period, which is from 1st January 2025 to 31st December 2025. Then I will drill down and come to where we have the type of form which I want to upload is an Excel form. So I'll come here and choose the form from my documents as it have been saved. Then I'll come and drill down where it has been saved. Today is on 16th. Today is on 16th 2025. So it is here. This is the sheet which I need to upload here. So you need to do a supportive document, and supportive document is my P9 form, which is here. Then ensure that this is the right document, so I can go back again and ensure this is the right document which I want to submit. So let me come here again and check if it is the right document. So it is the right document. So I'll come back again to the server and submit. So let's see if it will allow us to submit. Then we'll roll the receipt, and then we'll call it a day as long as today is concerned. Okay, let's give it time. Let's give it time to load. It's uploading the sheet, e-returns. So let us give it time to load. So I think my internet was a bit slow. It's fluctuating today. Okay, let it validate. Okay. So we can, as we are waiting, we can back to the Excel sheets and review some item as we are waiting for the receipt to be generated. So let me go back again. So is already submitted. So I'll say not now, I don't want to engage in survey. I can download the receipt for my friend. So the receipt is here. So as you can see, I have already filed the return and we are good to go. So this is how you can do tax amendment. But when you do it once, remember, the second time you will not be able to do an adjustment for the same tax period. So basically, thank you for watching. Please don't forget to give the video a thumb up and also to hit the subscribe button so that you will not miss out any of our future running content like this. So before I close this video, to know you have submitted your return correctly, you can come to where we have returns, then come to where we have view filed returns. Then you come to where we have view filed returns. You can select the obligation is the income tax individual. The return type is amended. The period is we said is from January 1st January 2025 to 31st December 2025, and then I'll hit consult. So let's see if is already approved or is pending approval. So as you can see, is already approved and we are good to go. So this is the method which we use. So feel free to reach me in case you have any query regarding withholding tax, VAT, income tax, and anything you require about taxes. You can reach me using my contact